Yo, this is Nicki C in the place to be. And this is a screening, a discussion that needs to be had. I got Kautious Castaway in the building, and I'm expecting a peace. What it do, Kautious? How you doing?
Very well.
I'm good. I can't complain. I know that.
Echo.
I got an echo. Let me get rid of it.
Max, I'm not disconnected. Ready to connect.
Yo. Yeah, it's out here now.
No music before the broadcast, but today we are here to discuss a topic that I don't think too many people really comprehend or understand, overstand, or understand. Excuse the background noise. We're talking about intent today. I think that throughout our lives, we've had certain intentions. Everybody has intentions. Sometimes they're good intentions, and sometimes they're not so good intentions. You know what I mean? It might be something that someone wants after they have set their intentions, they decide that they want a certain result. And I think until we really tap into what this means, that we set a lot of intentions and we don't get the results that we really thought we want, but we have to face it that our intentions weren't the right ones in the first place. When we see this happen, when we see that what our results end up being are not coming out the way we wanted to see it happen. So I'm gonna let you tap in and see what you have to say about this right now.
Well, am I coming through good? You can hear me good?
Are you even ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, let me check. I gotta change the screen.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear
I
me?
cannot hear you at all.
You can't hear me.
I don't know what.
What?
Cautious, your mic. They gonna mess with us the whole time.
You hear it? Hey, I'm gonna leave out and come back.
I don't know what the hell. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what they did to us.
You can hear me? Yo, 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 yo,
Okay,
yo, yo.
this is
Can you
crazy.
hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Yo, peace, peace. Dang.
Can you leave out? Can you? Yeah. Anyway, I guess they're gonna mess with us the whole time. I played some different music today that didn't belong to nobody but one of my best people. Shout out to Shalonda for that nice
Yeah,
instrumental. Still
can you
can't.
hear me? Oh man.
Wow, I still can't hear you. This is crazy.
Can you hear me? Hello. Hi.
Oh, this is crazy.
Hi. Hello.
I don't even know if I can be heard.
I can hear you.
Anybody in the comments, it's not gonna work.
Man. Sucks.
Cautious, I still can't hear you.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know what's going on around
I need somebody else to come in and test this out. This is I will cut out every part that we don't like in this video too. I'm gonna edit this video.
here. Yeah.
What are you doing to the mic, Cautious? Did you try to
Uh,
is it your
yeah,
headset? What's going on?
I mean it ain't let me stop.
Check in the first place. It was working fine until we started going live. I saw
Right.
your face that time.
Yeah, but I ain't nothing I can do. Yo. Hello.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What? You know what? Cautious.
Huh? What's up?
I couldn't hear you because I turned my damn shit down. That's all right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway, I wanted to let you elaborate a little bit on what intentions are to you. How do you um, manage that in your life?
Mm.
And
Well,
yeah, just tell me
well,
what you think about it in the first place, and then we'll get into the meat of it in a minute.
okay. Well, from my understanding, is like intentions is like something that you wanna that you think that you wanna do in the front or in the first place or the first attempt to you know what I'm saying, whatever you about to do, your intentions on it is like the most important part of it because that's the drive. That's what drive you to do it. And so when you got the drive and the intent, then it turns out to be more likely what you want. But some people don't know how to their intent. They don't know how to really use them, or they allow something outside of themselves to use their intent for bad or something. And most likely, people's intent will be to destroy others, and you know what I'm saying, without even acknowledging it. And so I think that when you understand the intent behind your actions, then you'll be more likely to use them wisely. You know what I'm saying? And that's for the most part what I think about it.
Okay, so I want to go into the definition of intent in the Merriam-Webster.com. Um, they define intent as a usually clear, formulated, or planned intention. Another word for intention is aim, uh, the act of intending, the state of mind with which an act is done. Um, as an adjective, directed with strained or eager attention, concentrated. Having the mind, intent, attention, or will concentrated on something or some end or purpose. Now, all my life, I have went for what I wanted or what I thought I wanted. And when I was younger, it was real, way more intense than I am now as far as how I move. And some of the times, those intentions didn't come out how I projected it to be because I wasn't paying attention to anything else except what I wanted and not understanding that these intentions that I had, although I didn't feel like they were bad intentions, but I got myself in a lot of trouble not understanding what intentions really means. Now that I'm at this age now and I know what it is, and I make sure I be careful of what my intent with people, of the things that I want to do in my life, and how I move towards any goal. Like you saw how I said it was a plan or a purpose. Now, a lot of people do things with a purpose to destroy others to get where they need to go. And all the time when you do that, things might not end up in your favor at the end. So when you set your intentions, have good intentions, because whatever foundations you set on is the result you're going to get. That's what we have to notice in this thing called intent. So what do you say, Cautious?
Right, because like you said, one of the definitions was aim. So you can aim your intent, but that don't mean you're gonna be accurate and hit your target. So while you aiming your intent at somebody else or using your intent to destroy somebody else, you might get a backfire. You might
Exactly.
miss, you might hit you.
Exactly.
So sometimes the intent that you build up to destroy others, so it's almost like using your powers for evil. You know what I mean? You have a gift that's supposed to help you in your journey, but then you taking the time out of your day to aim at other people to destroy them. And that's when, like you said, your foundation gonna be shaky because you ain't focusing on your own house. You worried about the next person's house. And you worry about what they got in and how they sleep and what they eat. So your intent all the time thinking about these people and wishing bad on them and discussing it with other people is making you lose sight of your intent in your life. Mm-hmm.
And that's true. And then a lot of times, um, we don't look at everything that we don't look at the objectives clearly. When you look at your objectives on what you're getting ready to do, you need to, when you formulate your plan, you need to formulate it in a way that you will look at the pros and the cons. What are the pros and the cons of this situation? What are my true intentions when I'm doing this? Is it because I'm trying to better my life, or I'm trying to get back at somebody about something, or whatever it is? So instead of just knowing that you wanted something to happen and forcing things, you can always be mindful of your intentions and make sure that even when in your thoughts, you're not aiming to do anything to nobody else. Keep using yourself as the vessel that is going to make all these things happen. So that way, you don't have to worry about the backfiring. So let's say, for instance, I'm gonna give a good for instance. When I wanted to leave a place of business and start my own, my intentions was well. I wanted to move on. At that time, I didn't believe in my own heart. I wanted to have somebody else to join me, but we both was going through what we was going through, but I wanted that person to join me. My intentions was well, but at the end of the day, it wasn't a well thought out intent, because I didn't plan for all the other stuff that could have happened. I didn't even look at it like that. I just thought that I was gonna be able to go jump out here. We was gonna do this, and everything was gonna go well. I never considered what the other person's intentions are, and that's what can collide with your plan. If your intentions is one thing, and somebody else got a different intent, then that can mess up everything. That could just change the whole thing that you thought you saw in this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then the crazy thing about it is the intent of you trying to take that person with you along because you knew they was going through the same thing you was going through. You weaken your intent for self because you
Mm,
was thinking about somebody else in the midst of you trying to better yourself and being unselfish. But then I think it's a it's a time and place when you need to be selfish. And then that's probably like what the intent didn't work for you and you missed your aim.
I missed my aim, and you guess what? If I didn't even have to be leaving where I was. It was more so that it was hurting me so bad that my friend was going through such a hard time there, and I didn't understand why they had to go through all that. And I got tired of hearing it, and I didn't like some of the things that was done to me. But I could have very well made it through that. And then when I got ready to move on by myself, I would have been way more successful. It would have been better. Or I could have just stayed there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been nothing. I would have still been there and I would have been able to make it through it. But that's where I went wrong. And just like in a romantic type of relationship, when your intentions is to be with somebody and their intentions is not that same intent, then you can be in a whole different messed up situation. And there again comes force. You trying to force this to be something that is not.
Mm-hmm.
This person just trying to have fun, but you want to make this a whole type of thing where y'all together and it's not happening.
And then the person that the person that's is the person who forcing it is the person who wind up alone because you miss your aim because you're trying to force something that the other person don't want and they using their intent to block your intentions to make y'all thing work.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it's basically whoever intent more powerful than the next, or whoever in the right, then the intentions lean to whoever in whoever favor. Because if you strongly believe or know your intents was what you intended to do, it's definitely going to be when going into the favor of you. But like when you bring others into your intentions, you weaken them. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't work for you.
It don't work for you, and your foundation is all messed up at that point.
Right. Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. So basically, most of the thing when your intention got when you're trying to use them, then in other words, that's when you that's when you take yourself focus on what you really need to do for you that don't involve nobody else. And that way you can't be hurting nobody at the end of the day when your intentions don't work or when you miss it and
Exactly.
you don't bring nobody into the pity party with you.
That part right there is so man. You in so many points right now, and that is why I kind of like change. Chris, type in the chat if you can hear us. That is why I don't try to involve a lot of people all the time. Like, yes, I love people. Yes, I love having fun. I love talking. I like doing a lot of things, but when it comes to my life and the things that I'm trying to approach in my life, I don't really ask nobody for too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask nobody for nothing for real. I like to just do it because every time you start involving other people, it just becomes a problem.
Weaken your foundation.
Because becomes a problem.
Because you know,
And, you just got to work hard, set your intentions, and make sure your heart is right when you do. And just do the work. Doing the work is so important. You can't really find no shortcuts. And that's why the intentions of these people who really don't know what they really doing, they just doing stuff, being very selfish about what they're doing, like, not considering anybody else but what outcome they want. And at that point, you shouldn't involve other people when you know you're like that. You just gotta, man, just like when I said I wanted to go to school, I just started going. And I just did, stay focused on it. And that's the same thing of anything you want. If you want whatever it is, and there's other ways to set your intentions using the elements of the earth as well. You know what I'm saying? You can manifest anything you desire as long as you're doing it right and you're in tune with the universe and the laws of the universe. And you
mm,
talked about that yourself, Cautious. I want you to elaborate a little more on that.
uh, yeah. I mean, just because that's probably all it is though is the intent that you're supposed to use for yourself, and then it might I think you'll have a better chance with your intentions if you are using for your own good and for you, and all intentions it should be universal truth, like what's wrong in your heart, so you shouldn't intend to try to hurt the next. You know what I'm saying? So if you like intense on trying to better yourself, hey, that's a good thing. You got intense on trying to eat healthy, or you know what I'm saying, or watch your weight, make sure you're not eating bad food, making sure you trying to keep your being or your vessel up the par and have it successfully have everything it needs to sustain us. That's why it's here. Like, but when you try to use others to step down on them to get where you going with your intents, then you got to already. I feel like if you be successful at that, I think you just got that willpower and your intent working because you really know how to think about yourself at that point. But it's got to be a long fall from the top too. If you didn't get there, you know what I'm saying? Exactly like you would, the next self would think or judge it. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Like with everybody calling themselves self, is like the intent behind that may be involving how you involve others. That might be the way to get into the other person's shit because we all use self. So by default, I could be self, somebody else self, myself or yourself. In other words, so that's probably how the intentions are misused without knowing you using them too
I was gonna
for
add this
yourself
part.
or other people.
I just want to add something before I forget. Now,
Go ahead.
you have your intentions, but you also need to think about how your intention will affect someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to think about that. So before you do anything, you need to think about that. And if you know that you have, you know, a choice of doing the right thing versus the wrong thing, and you still want to do the wrong thing, then that at that point you need to check yourself.
Hmm. But check this out though. So, and with that being said, that's like somebody who's being responsible for their actions. Because right when you have the idea for your intentions to do whatever it is, if you go down the list and make sure you ain't involving others, you ain't gonna make nobody suffer from it, then if you got time to think like that, then you definitely should be blessed with or be great. Or you should get what you want if you being fair like that, because that's like being totally responsible. Not be the type of person as soon as you hear something, or as soon as you have an idea, you go right at it. And you don't care how you going, who gonna help you, how many people you may need to help you, what process you gotta go through, what you gotta have for whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? You just go straight at it. You don't give a shit. You even if you using other people's names without them knowing, like all kinds of just bullshit that's gonna hurt people in the end. If they real people behind this straw man's, you might fuck them up they credit wise, or you know what I mean. Then you might have people. You might have to. You got to take advantage of people. You got to probably take stuff and take their identity and all kind of shit to do it. Because you gotta do the physical job with the intentions too. You know what I mean? As well, because that's the act. You know what I mean? The intent to do it is also in as you're doing it too. So, because that being said, it's like you gotta just know exactly what you're doing with it and make sure that's what you really want to do with it, whether
Exactly.
you hurt people or not. Because that's like the person who what I'm saying, is in the situation to think if he's doing somebody wrong or right, because he might think he's doing it right, and that's why he wreaking havoc on his victim that don't know they're being intended the target.
Hmm. So I want to go into the structure of the system and how they use intention to get what they want.
Hmm.
So,
Please do.
so just for instance, right now, I know that a lot of these streaming services are connected. A lot of these services are connected at period. So last night I was actually watching a movie on Netflix, and my cousin fell asleep on the movie, so I went to my room to try to restart the movie, and all of a sudden I was kicked off the internet, and my phone popped up this message saying, "Do you want to allow Google to connect all your devices to the internet?" And I was like, hell no, I don't want Google to connect. I want to connect how I've been connecting. So I did not allow. When I did not allow, my internet wasn't working on none of my shit. The internet wasn't working on my phone. My TV wouldn't come back on. And I said, all right, I'm going to use my cellular connection to play my meditation music. So I did that, went to sleep, woke up this morning and tried it again. I reset my box. It still wouldn't let me on. So I had to call them, go through this troubleshooting for them to connect my internet back and then tell me that my router is outdated and now I have to get the new one. So they are basically forcing me to get this new equipment because nothing my router is working now, but they're making me get the new equipment saying that it's outdated. So what does that entail? I said, why is it outdated. Was what it was, what it, I didn't ask what the new features are, but he was just, that was his job. He had to tell me that. And this was what was the plan in the beginning. That was the intentions of messing with my internet in the beginning, was to make me get this new box. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm here. I got it on mute. Yep, I hear you.
To
So
make me,
you basically
yeah.
but you know what? That shit crazy because you for them to ask you if you wanted to allow them, then if you would have said yeah, they probably your shit probably would have kept working. Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm. That's what I think it would have kept working if I would have said, yeah, go ahead.
Because
So
it's like they want to update you. They want to update you because that you have to be running on the updated program for them to be able to send the services to you. But that allows them to have total control on your device.
I want to welcome the one and only Envy to the building.
Envy, envy.
What up? What up? What up, fam?
Yeah, we got another opinion in the house.
Yeah, I want to hear his opinion because he be going in. So Envy talking about intent, and we know there's all sorts of different types of intent. Over it. I know what it is, but I looked over it and there's a whole bunch of different ones that people can use. And most of them, I see a lot of positive ones. Actually,
A positive one. I might have to. I might have to. It sounds like y'all breaking. Like I can only hear like every other word. I didn't really hear what you said.
okay, I don't even.
Hey, Envy, I think your TV breaking us up because I hear your background, and I think you can't hear us
You
because
can hear the TV? Shit.
yeah, I can hear the shit out that motherfucker.
It's pretty much. It's pretty much off now.
Okay, so now talk Nicki. You might can hear it now.
Okay, so I said we talking about intent, and when I was looking through some different stuff, there's all sorts of types of intent. The definition for intent is very vague, but when you go on Amazon and search for different books and stuff, they have different types of intent that they discuss.
Hmm.
What do
I
you?
mean, what I'm trying to think of. How would they even have that? I would have to look that up. How they gonna have two different types of intent? You got good intent, bad intent.
Yeah, but they discuss the different ones. Like, let me just
It's
pull it.
actually like three. It's one that they say is three. Like you can look up. One is three different intent, and one got to even do with like Android, like an Android type thing.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's the one I seen when I looked it up.
So, oh, let me look.
Where you have like I'm thinking like well, I mean, and then if it's a government definition, it's gonna be that gonna be that's gonna be like legal base. So I don't even know if you could use that. You know what I'm saying? Because then there's like manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter. You know what I mean? Like it's they're gonna describe it a little bit different. I mean, when I think about it, I think, I mean, hell, you either want to do it or like you either you got a plan for why you did it or you don't. And then I mean, I could see a third one being. I mean, I guess you could say like autonomous, like so you don't really know why you don't really know why you doing it. You just Like you do something every day, it's like muscle memory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so,
So basically, one of them is like I said, if you intend on doing something, you are determined to get it done. If you have an intent, you have a motive or a purpose.
right, right. And then if you don't, then you know, well, then you just you don't. But that don't mean you still can't do it, right?
Right, right, exactly. That's what I
That
said. And
don't
I
mean
said
you
that's
still
when
can't
you're doing
do
it, and that's the kind of when you're doing it where you by default put it in the hands of the other self that's around you. Like you call yourself self, right? I call myself self. So if I'm not controlling my intent, self is controlling. You know what I mean? Like
it.
blind.
Right, right,
So you know, so it's like one of them things you either know you using it or you don't. And then when you know you're using it, are your intentions good or bad to the eyes of the beholder?
right, right. It's almost like I don't know, man. When I think, like even with all of that said, dog, it's like this, man. If how come like shit happens, and shit happens. You can't. Somebody tell you. We all done heard. Motherfucker tell you you make your own. You make your own bed or whatever. But then in the same breath, somebody, the same person can tell you, well, life is full of changes. So like you can't if you can't if I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow or not, it how you gonna know where you gonna be in the next 5 minutes? You can intend on that. You could want to do that, but that don't mean it's gonna happen. You could want to be in one specific spot the next day and just be a hair off. I mean, is it just because you intend on something? Like I guess what I'm saying is it just because you intend on it, how does that make
I mean,
that thing to be so? Like, even if you accomplish what your goal was, how do you know it was your intent that made it that way and not just the way the ball was rolling?
mhm. But then, because most of the times, that intents always be like unsuccessful. Because it's like you'll be like, "Hey man, I went to go do this, but I intended to do this, but this happened." That normally be how you use that word most of the time in the conversation. So it's almost like it's a letdown in the same breath as that's. And I think if you heard earlier, that's why I was saying I think that the intention is either you trying to do something to help yourself or you trying to shit on somebody else to get what you trying to get. Like I think that's when the intention is backfiring on you, and then you wind up getting some bad intention. You know what I mean? But if you
Yeah,
just
because
intend to do
you putting all your, again, that's what I mean by trying to be somewhere in the exact spot. So you putting everything, your intent would be focusing mind, body, and soul on, like you said, your goal and no other goal. You know what I'm saying?
something
Like even if you intend on helping somebody out, that's what you are intended on doing.
or hurting them, right? Or even taking advantage of them. Like right now, if I try to get you and Nicki to sign with me so I can start a new business that I have no intention on building career, but I'm trying to just get y'all to fall for it. And yeah, I think that them intentions will work for me if I'm taking advantage of y'all that don't understand the intentions of criminals or what I'm saying, scammers or shit like that.
Yeah, it's like to me. Now that we hit that, my bad, man. Now that we hit that line, it's like, yeah. So your intentions is everything opposite of just letting life be.
Mm-hmm.
You could let life be. You could just live and let live, or you can try to intervene and do something about the future. And
Mm-hmm.
like you said, a lot of times it don't work. A lot of times it do for some, just depending on how they do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when you go to using it, when you go on to say like you're using you have an intention with your words, well, that's still the same thing because all you doing is you just worried about your perspective, like your interpretation of what you said, not how the world took it. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Nikki. I think you were trying to come in.
No, I'm just agreeing with you guys because I had to step away for a second, but I came in on the tail end of you can live and let live, and that's true. I was having a conversation with a young man earlier this morning, which is one of a family friend, and I told him all about himself because I had put this post, and he was just so excited about this post I put on Facebook. He was just so like he knew it was powerful. It touched him, but yet again, he talked about certain aspects of his life, and I told him that he had the wrong intentions. I said his intentions, you know, is not right. And he was like, "Well, why is that? This is what I want to do." I said, "But it still don't matter. Like, if your intention is to go out and do things against the universe just because you think it's cool and fun, what do you expect to end up coming out of that? Like, you have to know that it can't be
And,
good."
and that's when that line come out. I intended to do this, but this happened.
Matter of fact, he was kind of how Envy used to be going in and stuff. That's how he is. He kind of like that, but he's intelligent too. Like, so why are you using your power that you know you have to deliberately do things that are adverse, that have an adverse effect on others? I don't know why people do it, but when you really know better, you just do better. That's what I know. Even myself, I had a lot to learn because the use of force has never been my friend.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was saying when I said that live and let live shit. Maybe he doing the right thing, just not work. Like I mean, you could think that he worried about what it's doing to other people, and he could be hurting other people. I don't know the specifics. You know what I'm saying? But him not thinking about the shit and just living and let live, like whichever way the wind blows, bro. That's how it is today. They say don't wear your heart on your sleeve, and it's like usually you get this information from people, and it's like it's the opposite. So yes, wear your heart on your sleeve. If you wear your heart on your sleeve, motherfucker, know what you thinking. If you was in like a situation where you needed to keep a secret or something, I could see how that tactic would work. But just in normal situations, You know, like even hell, even in the damn forest or whatever, you know, if you want something to leave you alone, you gotta make them leave you alone. They ain't gonna know. You don't tell them. You know, what I'm saying? They ain't gonna know. So you leave that, you leave that, you leave that, you leave everything up to the universe. It can just be you acting out in that moment. You know, like a drunk motherfucker, like just whatever happened, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You know, so
Hell yeah.
like that. And then we're trying to do something. Like you said, the use of force don't work for you. Well, maybe like him, he does him not using force. He ain't even trying to do it. Look, if it sucks, it sucks. You know, but if some days you have good days, some days you got a bad day. I said, I think personally, I said, now that we talking about it, you putting all your ducks in one bucket when you trying to have some intent on something. When you could just kind of do it and hope what happens. You could go vacuum the floor right now, and your intentions was to clean the floor, but the fucking vacuum broke while you were doing it. Now you're upset. You know what I mean? Or you went to go wipe off the counter and it was dye on the rag, you know. Damn, you made it worse. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't make you mad if you didn't even use that intention, that intent. There'd be no tension. You just be like, oh well, you just keep it moving. Like you pop a Molly, right? Pop a Molly and sweat. Woo, woo. Son. You pop one of them, man. You're not really doing nothing like with an end goal. Like, I mean, you might have had a goal right before you popped that bitch, but whatever happened after you popped it, it's usually just like right off the top of your head. You know, whether it be dancing or playing music or sitting in front of a fan, like whatever you thought about, whatever you think about, you gonna do it right in that moment. And I tell you what, people usually don't do bad stuff when they all, you know what I mean? When they like, you ain't never heard nobody unless they popped a bad bean or a bad Molly. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never heard nobody just say that they did a bunch of bad shit while on them. Like niggas, you not popping one and then robbing the store. Like everybody's your friend when you when you living like that. In that moment, everybody's your friend. I could have steam coming out my head, and you would just give me the biggest hug. Hey, buddy. Hey, you want one of these? You know what I'm saying? You want some water? Like it's just, and it's kind of interesting when you in that bliss. You don't know nothing. Like you just all your attention is gone. Like as far as you doing something to affect the universe, because anything you do will affect the universe. So all you worried about is how you feel in that moment. So you put your intention and you put yourself in intention with something else. You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about like it's a real paradoxical situation, I think, because you're doing it for yourself, but you clearly need other things involved to reach that goal. So there's other things involved to reach that goal. So you require, some.
Then why they take him out? Can you hear me, Kautious? Wow.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you. I was about to say, man, they just snatched Envy out of here. They started
Yeah, Envy killing this shit.
ass.
That man funny. That man real though. Like that's what I like. Everybody got different point of views. That shit is so man.
And we ain't gonna argue about it.
Yeah, that's what people want to see though. Like, cause ain't nobody really wrong. We just understanding each other's perspective of the intent in it, and he's right because you might just don't intend, but it's got to be a way to make it where it worked for you, even if you choose to use it. How about that? So it's like a power, like I said at first, it's a power that you can do evil or good, but evil and good is like from the perspective of the person who's judging it. But then it's a universal, excuse me, it's a universal intent or truth that when you're doing somebody wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You know
You
what the
know you're about to make this act or do what you're doing. You know that somebody gonna be fucked up behind it, maybe. Yeah. So yes. Yes. I am. But
I'm
yeah.
if I vegan them, they
Man, what vegan? What
no, I want to hear what vegan got to say. Josh,
yeah.
this is the true definition of building. When niggas here ain't getting in their feelings.
Mm.
I was telling this great story, man.
I know you said paradox, it's a cool, some shit, and then you kept talking and they snatched your ass. I just seen them grab you. I seen the hand come and this
And his hands went up. Oh!
My hand went up.
Yeah, you was like, "Ah!" the big hand snatched you, and you grabbed you so fast, you threw your arms up like, "Ah!"
Oh shit! Thought y'all was trying to tell me the camera was on, man. Hell no.
Nah, it was the
Hell
intent.
no.
It was the invisible intent, man. He intended to grab your ass and he got
Can't
grab.
have none of that.
you. You see my head? It was funny. Nah, we all camera dogs, man. We ain't worried about this.
Nah,
We just
but I
go.
forget what I was saying. I can't start right where I left off. But I said it's just crazy. Uh, I think I was saying it's funny how you intend to do something, but you got to use something outside of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't intend to do something and just be like, okay, like no one's going to know what you intended to do unless you interacted with something else.
Mm-hmm.
So you can intend on standing still, but I'd have to see you do it.
But your intentions are, even if you are engaged in something else, but you are the one in control of your reality. So at the end of the day, I woke up this morning and said, I'm going to wash my car. I had to get ready. I had to get in the car and start it and go over to the place and pay the people to wash my car. And
Oh,
I had my aim and I had my end result. Did I hurt anybody in the middle of that? No.
You could have went there and the place would have been closed though.
No, I went to the first place and they was looking like they was doing something or whatever. They had the cones up. I just busted, got up out of there and went to the next car wash. That's all. It's real simple. I didn't have to get mad over there at that car wash. Be like, what are you guys doing? You're supposed to be open. I didn't do none of that. I'm gonna go to okay, y'all not all right. So I didn't ask them nothing. I just saw how they was operating. And I got over there and did what I did. And I still had a great day. So
but you could have been the opposite customer pulled up. Hey man, it says this place is supposed to be open. What the hell are these cones out here for? I'm going to talk to the. Where's your manager? You could have went to the door. Period. Hey, it said, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? But you just said, oh, let me go try another. So your intention, you got your intent done today because you aimed at your target and you purposely did it. But you didn't involve others and then make anybody feel uncomfortable at your day to get what you had to do.
Exactly.
But like, you could have got a like you don't know who you pissed off on the way there. You don't know. But that's not of your concern either. You know what I mean?
I don't think I pissed
What
anyone off, actually.
you could say that somebody might have been trying to go, you didn't go fast enough. Nigga might have been in a rush this morning driving behind your slow ass. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. You could have got your car washed first. And the nigga, somebody else really wanted to get there and wash at the same time. You know what I mean?
like you pulled in before somebody at the one when you left the one that where it looked like they were stopped. So you left, you hit busted you right quick. Boom. You probably came out and got to the other place, and then somebody probably pulled up right behind you, like, damn, beat.
Yup, damn.
That's their problem. That wasn't going
That's their problem.
That was not
That's
what
where
was going on in my reality. I was enjoying the sunshine and everything. So
right. That's what I said. It's a paradox. On one hand you got control, and on one hand you just don't. And that coin can flip at any time, whichever way the wind blows. So again, it's almost like it don't even your intentions don't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. You know. And you could say, "Oh, if it's meant to be, will be." You know what I mean? Rainbows, unicorns, whatever, however you want to look at it. But if it's gonna happen, it will happen.
and that's where I go to what's meant to be will be. And you don't have to really set intentions. You don't have to set them. Like you just said, you really don't. You could just be like, I'm gonna let whatever happens, happen. But
Oh, I'm up today.
one thing, if you don't get out your ass and do nothing, ain't nothing gonna happen. So you gotta be a part of something. Because I know if I just stayed in there in my room all day and just flip channels, that's all that's gonna happen. I have to utilize my resources and open up my mind to make things move because we are the creators. So we have to.
You go to school, be ready to take that test. You be down the hall in the girls' bathroom somewhere. Goddamn. Not even thinking like you ain't never was put something that had to pee and was real bad. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go. You gotta go to the bathroom.
Are you talking?
Not me. Envy was talking.
I can't hear him now.
You know what I
They
mean?
tripping, man. My damn headphone went out, buzzing in on my messenger.
What's up,
Wow.
man?
Crazy.
So y'all got any
I know.
more?
What's that?
I got some more. It's like I don't think that the presidential election was just somebody else letting this happen. They were not just letting that happen. They had a whole setup of how they wanted to see things go. They had intentions.
Yeah.
Whether we engaged
You know
in
what
them,
happened with that? Here's what happened, man. I'm gonna tell you. Here's what happened. Hold on. Damn, I muted this shit.
Ugh.
I muted it. I swear I muted it, bro. That's funny as hell, man. Look, excuse me. Listen, what happened was they
Yeah, fuck.
they 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 set all of it up with the stimulus package, man. So they set up all of them extra rules in the stimulus package. That was my man's mistake because he signed that package the day it got to his office. The day he got it, he signed it. And when he signed it, that's when they snuck in all of them rules about the vote. And now, with the next package, they about to do the real mollywop is coming with the next one. And people they're gonna let everybody go broke. And they're gonna make sure these people really want this check. They're gonna give you the check, but when they pass the bill, they're gonna be taking your guns. They're gonna be like, man, it's something in the bill right now. Say, think felons over 51. If you in prison and you over 51 years old for like almost any felony, you getting out. You know what I'm saying? you getting out. You know how bad that is. That's horrible news. The only thing, like, I mean, that'll throw us right. We're gonna be right back in the 90s if that happens. You know what I'm saying? The 80s if it happens. You know how many people just some guys just don't need to get back out. You know, they don't need to get back out. You know. And then they got some more shit in the bill. I think like I know all illegal immigrants gonna get a check. Also, that part. Then like something that, man, it's what else is it? Like they gonna decriminalize like your real hard drugs, your meth, your cocaine, shit like that. They're gonna decriminalize it, shit. Which could be a good thing for some, but it's real bad for others. I mean, come on, man. Damn. You can get
They're
out
gonna
here
turn
and
this motherfucker into goddamn little little Cuba.
I tell you what, bro, you gonna need a couple guns. If a meth head
and,
come in
and
your house,
and they trying to
meth,
take them.
if a meth head come in your house trying to get something, you better fucking give it to him, or you better unload on. It'd be like trying to fight fucking Scarface. Just keep. Your whole story would be like, he just won't stay down. He just won't stay down. You're thinking of fucking zombie. He just won't stay down. I hit him with everything. I hit him with the pan. We hit through the refrigerator at that nigga. He keep getting up. He keep getting up. Nigga running on the walls in your house, all type of shit, boy. Man,
Hell yeah.
that shit is bad news, bro. Or that flocker drug. I don't know. I don't know if y'all got that problem. But down here in Florida, bro, it's real, dog. You'll see a motherfucker. Man, I just seen a dude with his feet on the sidewalk with his body in the street. And we didn't know how he was getting down. Like, man, we was like, damn, he about to get hit by a car. You could just see it happening. Like, man, this dude, he
That boy
about
was
to get
lean.
smacked by a car, bro. Like, what
He
the
was
fuck, dude?
he was like the little jumps that be blowing at the car lights, the little waving blow up.
Yeah. Like the Michael Jackson dance when everybody was leaning over real far and shit. Like, that nigga, bro, he was out of there, bro.
I cannot see
Out of there, bro. That's bad news for people. You know what I mean? And then they go, But then like they gonna make it to where they got one thing in there where they gonna open up a bunch of land and they only gonna sell it to black people. Oh shit! They only gonna sell it to black people, and black people gonna be the only people able to take advantage of the program. And it's like, okay, well they just
Niggas,
gonna put
yeah,
Chicago, LA, New York. They just gonna put all
yeah,
y'all
so
in
they
the
can take
same
you
little
down now.
spot. They gonna
Hell
put all y'all in the same fucking spot. And
Yeah.
all y'all gonna go because it's cheap, right? And it's virtually free. Or you know what I mean? All y'all gonna go. Well, before you know it, and think about it. The ones that's gonna be getting it first, and I can't say it's I'm not gonna go on the limb because I don't know the real statistics behind it. But I'm gonna reach and I'm gonna say at least 65% of the welfare community that is black. It's probably some people you just don't want to live next to.
Mm-hmm. You ain't lying.
Never
You know what
lie.
I'm saying?
You ain't never
Probably
lying.
some people, probably some people you just don't even want to be next to. Like, I remember one time I had a neighbor. They had a party outside. They had the party outside. They cooked the food. It was all done outside. Turned out to be a great party. Wake up in the morning, and you know, a little like a goddamn tornado went through that motherfucker. Garbage and shit everywhere. The table never got put back in the house. That shit was flipped over. Clothes and shit. The radio got all fucked up out there.
Oh
Like,
God.
it's like, Lord, you know what I'm saying?
It was a great
Just
party,
horrible, bro. Just
but
horrible, bro.
Did they clean it up?
hey, so look, their intentions was
This shit was good as hell. They pissed everybody off around them. They had to listen. And everybody went to bed because the music wasn't too loud. They wasn't making a whole lot of noise, nothing like that. But they left every cup was out there, every plate was out there, the damn chips and shit was all busted up. Like it looked like I'm telling you, bro, it was crazy. I'm
Did
telling
they
you,
clean
bro.
it up? That's what I keep asking. Did they ever clean it up?
They cleaned it up like a day later before the county came. I mean, shit, they had it. Once the sun hit it, I mean, I mean, they won't just go walk through the mess, but I mean, you left the mess like that. There ain't no, like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's noon. It's noon. They just now getting up. You know what I'm saying? They had a long night with Jack and them. You know what I'm saying? They had a whole bunch of cognac. They woke up, they looked pissed off as hell, cleaning up, and cussing and mad and shit everywhere. And see, like I said, now you put that whole little neighborhood in a section, and it's like, man, holy shit! Like you get them their whole section, it'd be like a third world country out of this. Motherfuckers still gonna be robbing and killing and shit. It's
and
just gonna.
mind you, ain't we ain't gonna have no guns, but the criminals still gonna have them because they don't give a shit.
Yep. And then they taking your guns in uh like they did in Austria. And so Hitler, that nigga's so smart, boy. That nigga. He went around and got everybody to register their guns. Mandatory registration of your guns. Now you go and register your guns. They let that shit play out for like a year or so. And then they come back and tell you, well, now we got to confiscate them. And guess what? You can't hide them because you got them registered. You can't hide them. They know you got them. You know what I'm saying? You went and told them, oh, I got 3 AKs, 4 nines, you know, I got me 30-06, and I got, you know, 9. pistol like a submachine gun. I forget what they call that shit, man. You got the 9, but it's in the rifle. Got a rifle nose on, and
Um, dang, I know what you're saying. Winchester or some shit.
yeah, either way, you get the idea.
Yeah, you
You
just
got
got a
X
bunch of
amount of
shit.
guns,
You,
and
you
you
did
didn't
you
wait
did
to
let
sign
these
papers to get
motherfuckers
them
know
all
your
done.
whole life. Yeah.
Right. So then they gonna come up. They'll buy them back from you, but you gotta sell them back.
But you see how the intent was? Shit. They intended on literally that was the goal.
The thing is, though, man, the shit was so elaborate. I can see how, again, when they say like, "Oh, the president a puppet and shit," like, nah, the nigga's not a puppet. He just a little bit less out of the dark than we are. You know what I'm saying? But the people that's the motherfuckers pulling the strings, they not they're not pulling the strings of an individual person. They using multitudes of people, and they play on your emotions to control this whole thing. I always be like, you look at the city move like the heartbeat, all that shit. Well, look, you block a road, and now all the sheep gotta go somewhere else. Everything's gotta get diverted. So now they blocked everybody road. Look at how genius it is. They blocked everybody road to money. This poor man in there trying to get everybody money. They screaming at him to get the money. So then they put this bill together behind the nigga back. He could look over, but he just trying to get the money out to the people. He trusting that these motherfuckers can do the right thing. Well, guess what? They didn't do the right thing. Should have waited and read the bill. And they came out and told everybody why he wasn't gonna sign it. But that wouldn't have been good because then they would have just made fun of him. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they not signed. That's why the one that I'm talking about ain't get signed yet because they read that bitch. They was like, wait a minute, dog. This
This didn't get signed, so it's it got to be renegotiated.
Yeah, like I said, when they gave Trump that stimulus, he signed that shit the same night.
Yeah, I remember. And then we got them like 2 weeks later. Them bitches was popping in the
Yep.
mail and the goddamn in your direct deposit. My
Yeah,
shit was in there like 2 days after they said something.
yeah, that nigga
He
Trump broke
wasn't
the internet.
playing. He
So wait,
wanted to do it again, but they didn't want to. They didn't want to come up with shit like you said. But then, okay, now I got a question for you. Or it's kind of a statement in the question too. But look, okay, so do you think that if if you know what's going on behind the scenes, obviously the news or the media then already told us that Biden was president, right? But then like a truther who do research and find sources and links and and things about shit that's going on that the real news that's labeled the fake news from Trump. You got him, so you got them, and they claiming that they got the evidence to get this thing overturned. So do you think that he got a chance that might happen, or do you think that it's not gonna happen and this is gonna make truthers look like conspiracy theories that reach too much, and this will silence everybody with a source or another different opinion of thinking to make them go with the majority because it's gonna embarrass you if this man don't get all this shit he's saying, or if he wind up Biden is the president. So do you
No,
think
I
that
don't
this?
think that's going. I don't think that's gonna happen with you, man. They in a situation where, dog, like I said, this where it's like. This where it's like for me, dog, outside looking in. If I take myself out of this whole shit, this where it's about to get. This where shit get real right here. You know what I'm saying? Now remember, they said Trump was gonna be the last president.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. Right.
So now look, they can go. It can go where I see motherfuckers gonna be so sure. And motherfuckers already is so sure that this shit was Jimmy rigged. That now you can see the sign. You can see exactly how they did it. And there ain't no denying it. Only way you can deny it is to really be stupid. You know what I'm saying? The only way you can do that. So now, like if the man try to go back again, they already know he's gonna take the cake. So now they got to change the rules. They're gonna have 4 years to change the rules completely. A lot's gonna change. A lot's gonna change in 4 years.
But is Joe gonna be? That's what I'm saying.
Do I think motherfuckers is gonna come out their house and come up to draw up arms and shit like that to the government? Nah. I don't think it's gonna be that. But mark my word, it's gonna be like, man, when they let Biden in the office, it's gonna be like 9/11 happened, bro. That's gonna be like this. That's a sad day for America. Niggas ain't never gonna forget this day. Cause after that day, shit's gonna change. Shit's gonna change.
So that's what I'm saying. So do you feel like they can call Trump a president in that case? Because he looked at like pretty much I say Trump represents the truth because he speak his mind. You know what I mean? He say you call it stupid, you can say he just say shit, but the man gotta be highly intelligent to be in the situation he in, or he wouldn't even be there. Even if he got family members, they still ain't gonna put an idiot, you know what I'm saying, and let him be ahead of something, even if he ain't really doing them. But like what I'm trying to say is, do you think that if this man Biden wind up getting in there on the 15th of December when the electoral college announced it, and they say Biden is the president and it's over, then that makes Trump look like somebody who got all the proof right in your face, showing you, but they don't give a fuck. Like it's their rules. They don't care
Right.
whatever
He gonna
so that makes a person who looks for truth to prove stuff to be wrong. That makes you ain't even got a job no more. You ain't even got a hobby no more.
Y'all heard there was that
Listen.
conversation. Y'all heard it was a conversation somebody recorded and leaked out. Donald Trump said Anthony Fauci been the head of the CDC for 350 years.
That nigga,
made that noise.
that nigga apocalypse, ain't it?
And if you look into it, the 1918 Spanish flu, it was a little motherfucker looked like a mouse like Anthony Fauci that was the head of the CDC back then.
So this nigga just taking different avatars every so many. Crazy, John.
Josh is in the building.
Yes,
They're doing that mess stuff. They doing that mess stuff.
Let me just say this.
Hey, but look, I'm
He
glad
probably got a spell him where he can't never go to sleep. If he go to sleep, he die.
Man, hell yeah. Some shit like that for real. Little fragile motherfucker.
Well, I want to say that I read an article because I had to look up something about something that happened in the media that they could have handled it different. So when I was doing my research, I ran across an article that basically was saying that all those videos of Biden was altered to make it sound like he was saying different shit, slurred speech, all this other shit. And all that shit was doctored up to make people think that it was all that corruption going on as far as the votes and stuff, and about the candidates. So they're gonna say what they want to say to make the people believe whatever.
Hmm.
So to me, that
Yeah.
right there that's going against what Donald Trump is saying. You know.
Look, man,
Mm-hmm.
they this today. Remember when they like, oh, your vote don't count. The vote don't count. I'm like, nah, your vote count. Your vote count. It show you how much it counted, right? But now you know that your vote did count, and now you know, fuck your vote. Like, and
Exactly.
not like you think it was in the beginning. You see, because like I said, in the first stimulus bill is when they passed all these different rules, even the machines, even the new machines that they
Yeah.
used
It was a
was put
software. It was a
into
software.
was put.
Yeah.
Yep, all of that was put into the first stimulus bill. It was not illegal until the stimulus bill came out.
They
Now,
got it. They hijacked
now,
his
now,
ass.
and when now that they done it, like I said, now,
He was playing checkers and they were playing chess.
yep, yep, yep.
Hey,
He was playing checkers, dog. He wasn't ready. He should have read that shit. He should have, because he signed it
well,
on a Friday. He
he should
could
have
have read
read
it
it
over
on
the week.
the yeah, had the weekend to read that shit.
Yeah, but because he was under so much pressure, you know what I mean, to get these people back to work and shit, you know. But he did what he could. He did what he could do. They arrested a lot of companies that was, using the money wrong and shit like that. They've been going back and catching all these people that was doing unemployment fraud and shit. Man, they've been doing all that. But like I said, now it is it's now it's clear. But like I said, it's just on. Like it'll make a lot of people happy to hear me say that your vote don't count, but it's just not in the way that you think. It's in the way that like, okay, now like you like a roach, and then with this election
It
just,
goes
just
apart.
slid the foot across the phone with you on it. You know what I mean? Like at first you could have flew up off the ground, got it, made them run away. But you threw that out. All of that's on now. Like I said, they start on crushed you, did you separate? You know what I mean? Like, and it's all for you to see. Lights out now. Lights out. Like look, slowly but surely, as that nigga getting back in the office, motherfuckers is going back on lockdown. Just state. Just nigga, slowly but surely. Nigga. Where you at? Ain't you in LA County? You about to be on lockdown like tomorrow, ain't it?
That's what.
Yeah, like tomorrow. I think I just read that shit. I just read that shit. You know I was about to be locked up by like tomorrow.
Who is? Oh, yeah. Hey, look, fool. You remember when they was giving us some freedom papers the first time? Nigga, they already printed up, printed eyes out. They sitting on the desk as November 13th. They got them ready to give to the essential workers again.
Mm.
Yep, they ain't passed them out yet, but they already printed it on November the 13th. Friday the 13th, too. May I add? Hey, but look, check this out. Okay. So basically you just basically saying that what they saying is about to be true, or you still just watching the party just like we is. I mean, I know you are. It's a rhetorical question, but not really. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is gonna make people who speak against the collective or the title holding motherfuckers look like a fool for putting your opinion or voicing your opinion at any time when you're not clearly a title a certified person to make these comments. You know what I'm saying? This type of things that people get on YouTube and speak about these days. It's gonna make us look like your research don't mean shit no more. That's what I'm trying to say. All your assumptions is nothing because look, we control the media that control the sleep sheeple that's gonna go with the sheeple shit because they was trained and programmed to just accept whatever the fuck the people with the names and titles say. You get what I'm saying? Which we already know clearly when you open up your own fucking eyes, you can see the deception. That's the reason why we think like we think now, because we see the deception. But that's got to be on purpose to make the ones who are intelligent stand out so they can target us. So it's almost like, do you keep speaking the stuff that you speak of once they show you that they run this shit? Like, it, bro, all this proof that you said you watermarked this, you had that. The Pennsylvania looking into it right now because every time the man say something, they putting the little, they putting the Joe Biden in the link under his status and shit. So it was almost like fact checking his ass. So, bro, I don't know. I don't know. And Josh, we was talking about intent, and we was just speaking on how what's different kinds, and if you probably caught the first beginning, or you probably no you did because I forgot. But anyway, Nicki can probably catch you up more because this is her show, but it's our show, but it's hers. So you catch him up on the Nicki, bring him up to speed, and thank you, Envy. We're gonna keep you around. Nah, just bullshit.
So basically, me and Kautious has been talking a lot. You know how we do. We just been talking about intentions and how they affect us today in the world. With our own personal intent, the system's intent, the intent of the other people around us, and how that makes an impact on life. And I just want to know, because I know you know a lot. I just want to know what your thoughts are.
Who, mine?
Yes, yours, baby.
Oh, man. Give me just a second. I'll be right back and I'll take care of it.
The Envy leave. I want running them away.
Get me out of here again.
There you go. And Josh got to turn his TV down because he's just like how he first came in.
But Josh ain't in the house no more. That was the reason I said hold on. I knew it was crazy in there. All right, now intent is wild. Like last night, no, it was 2 days ago. Me and a gentleman, we was talking. We realized we hadn't spoke. We realized we ain't spoke to this one guy in about a week. Shit, over a week really. And then I'll be goddamned if that man didn't come in right afterwards. That's how powerful this shit is. Like right after, it'd been a week and a half we ain't heard from this man. I said, man, I ain't heard from Zarek. And he said, yeah, shit, me neither. It's been about over a week now that I realize it. And I'll be goddamned if within the hour that man didn't come in. Intent is something else, man. Like it's your will. Your will is infinite. But everyone else's will is infinite as well. So once once it's turned on, it starts being like magnetism, pulling over here, pulling over there. Like, now if we all was lined up with our intent focused on the same thing, I can't even tell you what would happen. Because I know how powerful it is when I focus on one thing, or just a couple of us focus on one thing.
I just told you, man. I'm telling you, man. That's what I've been saying. Your intent is how you manifest whatever. So, just a simple thought. Just a simple thought, like about somebody.
It was said to me, every thought is a prayer, every word is a spell. Every thought is a prayer, every word is a spell.
That's why I don't never really talk out loud about what I do sometimes, but most of the time I keep everything inside my head, which makes shit even more powerful.
The most power comes in putting your intent on something, putting your intent on something and then letting go of it, forgetting about it. That's where the power really is at. Young lady, she ain't young, she's older than you, Nikki, but I mess with her and I call her the young lady at work because she outworks all the young kids, but she's about in her 60s. Well,
Mhm.
anyway, was on dialysis, and all of a sudden she got a call saying her mom got rushed to the hospital. I was like, everything gonna be all right, Maria. She said, I hope so. Well, while she was gone, I went outside and I was like, just took a big breath and I spoke to the atmosphere, to the plane, to the everything, and I was like, let Miss Maria's mama be okay. Let no one, let no one be at pain. Let no one be hurting to let her be okay, but let her be okay. And then that's it. I forgot about it. And I'll be goddamned if the next morning she can come in and say, yeah, they already released her and everything.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That happened to me too, because recently one of my aunties was, they said she was real sick and all this other stuff. And that day, I had a yellow candle and I lit it and I spoke my words of healing and everything else, and I just left it alone. And then the next day or two, I called back to check on her, and they had also released her. So it's up to you how you want to use your power.
Yep.
That's what I said earlier. Remember, I said it's a power that you can use for good or evil because with the let there be light, the speaking of the word, your intents can be just I wish that bitch had just died. And then you just forget you said it and you wake up the next morning and you ain't even mad no more and the motherfucker you love dead now because you know what I'm saying? Or they get killed that day. You feel me? You never know what your intent and how strong your intent that you can't see, that you can't, you know what I'm saying, that you really ain't intending, your intent ain't there physically and perfectly,
They
but
say,
then
keep going, Ellie. Excuse me. I thought you was
no,
done.
no, go ahead, yeah, it's
All I was
perfect.
going to say is it said that you can win the lottery. You can drive a Bentley. You can do all that shit. But all you got to do is you focus your intent on it.
Mhm.
You focus you focus your intent on it. You have the exact same feeling you would have if you owned it. You have to know that you own it, the same feeling as you own it. And then you forget about it. And supposedly that should come to you, whether it's the lottery, whether it's whatever. It just comes to you. It's a magnetism you throw out there, and the shit come to you.
Mm.
But you
That
gotta
is,
have that feeling that you actually was in that bitch, that you actually got that 15 million in the bank, that you know what I mean, you actually have it. You already got it. And then you throw it away and never think about it again.
yep, and
That's
move
the
on.
sigils too. Supposedly that's how the sigils work. You make your little sigil, you put your intent in the sigil, focus on it, feel what you want, and then it's gone. You throw it away and put it on the wall, put it under a bed, put it wherever, sight unseen or right in your face. It's still gonna work. Even if you put it up under the bed, your mind's eye will still see that hope.
Mm. See, that make you go back into the deepest of where you can actually use the intent for good of the eye of the beholder, or you can use the intent for evil to be in the physical flesh to try to make something happen purposely or motivated or aiming at a target. So you basically can commit the act of intent spiritually and physically.
I've spilled blood, my own blood, no one else's blood. I've spilled my own blood. I've done everything I can. Ah, shit, they got Walmart set up to where it's a line in this bitch, and I can't go in.
His intent was to go to Walmart, but when he got there, look what he got ran
Hey,
into.
I believe their will was stronger than my intent at the moment.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, anyway, yeah. So, like, man, I forgot what I was motherfucking talking about.
Oh, you said damn, you said shit, what did you just say?
I mean,
Uh,
the magic is simple. You know, the magic is simple. It is what. Oh yeah, I've spilled my blood. Now I remember where I was
Yeah,
going with.
yeah.
It probably ain't all this shit that I've wished for through the different means that I've wished for it. I'm finna tell y'all what I asked for. And it probably ain't ever gonna come true because I've told other people what I asked for. And supposedly if you tell what you asked for, it won't come true. But I asked for knowledge of heaven and earth and the tongue to speak it. And all knowledge of heaven and earth and the tongue to speak it usually. And sometimes my wording will be a little different when I ask it, but I've asked it into the sun. I've asked it. I spilled my blood on the ground and asked in all four directions while I spill my blood in all four directions. Man, all sorts of things. And I ain't never had it come true. But it's something wrong with the way I'm asking. That's how I
mm,
feel. Like I believe it's something wrong with the way I'm asking it. Because I mean, if I've had small things come true and I've had large things manipulated through my life and I've, made moves and done things and seen that this shit is as powerful as it is. The problem is not what I'm asking, it's how I'm asking for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's where but yeah. So yeah, I feel like it's powerful though. It's many different ways to attain. It's many different ways to attune into the magic, to become attuned to the magic, to tune in. And man, yeah, you can lay outside on the ground. That's the best way I feel. I think that's the best way to get crazy. The best way to get crazy is to, be, just to be different than the world around you. Man, lay down in the ground. Just lay down on the motherfucking ground and ground down.
Fuck it.
When's, when's the last time you was riding somewhere and you just seen somebody laying down on the ground? Never.
Shit.
They was you look at them and be like, that motherfucker crazy. Well, they probably ain't too crazy. They probably know something you didn't know.
Exactly.
Nicki, didn't you say you saw somebody laying in the on, just laying? Well, somebody just told me about somebody just laying in the ground.
Hear me.
Nah, I said he'll do that in a minute because he used to come at them attics and shit. He'll just lay down goddamn in the driveway.
Yep. Yep. Hey y'all, I was in LA
Goddamn.
today. I was in LA for this birthday party, which nobody was wearing masks and everybody was singing and everybody was loving each other and everybody's still straight today. It was about 3 weeks ago. We all right. Anyways, this birthday party, I was outside in the van smoking, charging my phone, and man, I'll be damned if I didn't see the rarest thing you'll ever think. Man, I might as well seen a dinosaur. I seen a little boy in his front yard playing with a stick.
Playing with a stick.
Yes, ma'am. Just playing with a stick by himself in the front yard.
That's good shit. I ain't seen no kids playing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
But I ain't seen no babies going outside.
Nah, man. I went back to my girlfriend's cousin's house and I was like, hey, y'all, I might as well seen a dodo bird or a dinosaur, bro. They were like, what you mean? I was like, man, I just seen a kid outside playing by himself with a fucking stick. They were like, they didn't understand what I was like, shit. When's the last time you seen a kid outside playing with a stick by himself? And everybody was like, ha 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 ha. And the one dude over there I got to talking real deep with at one point, he looked over at me, he was like, damn, bro, you just said some powerful shit. I was like,
Yeah, he caught it. It
hey,
went over.
he hit me with some real shit too. Look, this man said I wasn't even trying to conversate with everybody, but he drew me in with it. He said, all right, you seen Lil Jon versus T-Pain. You seen Gucci Mane versus Young Jeezy. You seen all this and that, right? Well, who would you put goddamn R. Kelly up against? R. Kelly versus who? And I got to thinking and we got to talking and I was like, man, I'll be damned. You pretty much right, bro, because his shit spans over such a long time. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's all strictly like freaky music. You know what I mean? Like he ain't got no in between. It's only like freaky music, basically. Like, and I was like, damn, who? Who the fuck you gonna put him up against? Ain't no young bucks that can go up against him like that. Like, but anyways, I digress. I got this all off topic. But Yeah.
Have some balance though. Yeah.
That
Lord.
motherfucker. We was in there talking about this little virus and shit. He's over in Arizona, but he ain't from Arizona. He's from the Bay Area. So he kind of clicked with me because he got family from back in Alabama and like mom and them, everybody's family. We're telling our stories and syncing up, and he like, damn, you a lot like me. I was like, man, yeah, I heard that if any part of California is like Memphis, is the Bay Area, Oakland, Vallejo, Richmond, all that little shit up there is like where it's like crunk like Memphis. And he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, we got to talking and shooting the bullshit about this virus. And he said over in Arizona, ain't nobody fucked up about it. He said he got stores that ain't even making them wear masks still. And this was just 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
He
I
said they
think
ain't
the
scared.
I think the problem with that, with the mask thing, is I think that uh
It's
uh, uh
only a big deal, Ellie. Think about what you're trying to say, and I'm gonna say this real quick, Ellie.
okay.
The big deal is only in places where you can't openly carry guns. Arizona is no problem with guns. New Mexico, no problem with guns. Texas, no problem with guns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that big a deal. And it over where it is a big deal to have a gun, California, shit. I think it's open carry in Florida too, but Florida's a strange one. Florida's all like fuck the mask, but online everybody's all like, no, we're all about the mask. Let's see Envy in here, so he'll be able to verify what I'm talking about. Like how, man, it ain't no big deal, and it ain't like it's showed on the news where like folks is going to jail for going to the beach and shit. People still living in Florida. Don't listen to them. They ain't all dead in Florida. The kung flu didn't kill nobody.
I get what I was gonna say. So the problem with the virus and the stuff is that the people are running voluntarily, getting tested after they come back from large gatherings and out of town. So you don't if you they say if you don't feel sick, why are you going to the doctor or why are you even going to get tested? If you feel that bad, go to the doctor to be treated or whatever the fuck they do for you and let them test you. Why you going with a healthy, like you ain't even feeling bad. You just like, oh, I was at a club last night. I need to go get checked. So in between you going to get checked, from the because you went to the club in between and after you leave, and even if you get a negative test reading, now after leaving, they're going and you stop at McDonald's and get you a McDouble or for four, and you eat that Corona burger, and you get sick and you still don't feel bad, but you just ate Corona. And you just had your test, but you think you negative because you just went and got tested. So from you going to get tested to make it back to your house, you still and somebody in your house probably that had a day out going where they went and they came back in, they probably got corona in the house or something. You know what I'm saying? So basically, getting tested is the dumbest shit in the world if you don't feel sick. And even if you feel sick, then you supposed to just medicate yourself like you normally would do with a regular cold because they tell you this, right? So with that being said, what I'm saying is basically this shit is a regular motherfucking thing that happens to you naturally. And you should just stop going to get tested and shit, even especially if you ain't fucked up and you can't hardly not breathe and all that type of shit. Then yeah, you definitely just add to the turmoil and the numbers because these motherfuckers probably got preset tests. Cause 1 minute they check a motherfucker in your house, everybody got it except one. Then they let a nigga go back 2 days later, he cured, he negative. Man, it's some bullshit with that shit. So if people would just stop going to get themselves checked for that shit, if they not in pain or in need of help, then we won't even be having no COVID-19 numbers in reality. Or we probably would be still having them because it's a pandemic and it's a scare tactic. Go ahead, my bad. So what I'm saying is almost like it's bullshit all the way. because you can't judge it. Like you go get a COVID test, and then you get on the airplane to head where you going. You want to check yourself because you didn't want to be a positive COVID patient on an airplane with other people, right? But you went got checked, but the other people didn't. And now you on the plane and you might get it from somebody else that didn't go even check themselves. So you just defeated the purpose of going to get a test. And then if it's true what they say that it's gonna be labeled a pre-existing condition, then you definitely fucking yourself out for future insurance things or anything, liability insurance, like that type of shit. And then the motherfuckers want so eager to run around and take HIV tests and all this shit, but now you motherfuckers running to take a test because they can't even go away. Oh, he goes away. So you brave now. But that motherfucker they say you can't get rid of, nobody want to know they got that shit. Then celebrities, secretly, is they life is now they just the number one face for goddamn COVID. Oh, COVID. Oh my God. And I ain't saying it's fake, but I'm telling you, all I'm saying is that I feel like that it's a propaganda and we've been duped really because people really going to act like they fucking scared for real getting tested, but then they still doing their same due diligence. They still going out hanging around their family members, mask on, take pictures with people. Like, and then you think a mask actually work when the motherfucker tell you it don't work on the box, but keep them on them. Keep your shit on. Fucking real, man. So I don't know. I'm riding with the theory that what's happening to us is some people are been suppressing their cold. That's what you will call it, cold. But it's really your body detoxing. So some people been suppressing their detoxification naturally with suppressing drugs. So when you do that, you don't let your shit fully get out of you and all the pores and toxins that you've been putting in you. So when you don't allow that to happen, now you when you get sick again, because you're gonna do it again, because your body gonna reach the level of high toxin and it's gonna alert your organs and shit, doing all these magic tricks and shit.
Now they trying to cut your voice down, dude.
Killing me, man.
They
Can
cut
y'all
you.
still hear me?
I can hear you again now.
Damn it, man. They push. So what I'm saying is, so when you get and then once you get sick again, right? Now it's worse than last time because you still got some of the same toxins from last time that was trying to get out and you suppressed them. So over the years of doing this, you building up to that time when you're gonna have that big one where it's gonna feel like you about to fucking die. I mean, so that's your COVID-19. That's your virus. You've been suppressing your shit with all these cough medicines and halls and God knows what. You know what I'm saying? And then you eat all kinds of shit, and everybody eat and drink the same shit from all these corporations as the next person if you ain't got your own garden. And even if you do got your own garden, at some point you still going to the grocery store for something. So everybody building their own toxin levels, getting them ready to be for your body to detox, and them motherfucking toxins ain't coming out of you because you've been suppressing them and you don't know how to take certain herbs and you don't know how to drink the honey and the lemon and shit like normal people. When you feel bad, just boil you some water, put some lemon in it, put you some kind of whiskey or something in that shit, drink it hot as you can. Maybe do you two if you can stand it. Rub yourself down with some kind of vapor rub or some shit and get your ass in the bed with a sweater and wrap up. When you wake up, you're gonna be wet as hell. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna start spitting that shit up. And it's just gonna come up. Don't swallow that shit. Every time you feel it, spit it out. Once you do that, after 2 or 3 days, you back on your feet, you all right. Now you still gonna have more wrinkles of all that shit, but at least you back to normal now. You getting it out of you. But people who don't like that hawking and stuff, they won't take cough syrup and it's gonna stop it, and they gonna keep that shit off in their chest, and then their body gonna just get used to it being there again and go back to normal. And now you still got that bullshit still in you, you didn't allow to get out. That's your COVID-19 is my theory. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't got a white coat. I'm just a spectator in the game with everybody else. But goddamn it, what I look at makes plenty of sense to me. So sorry about that. I ran Josh away.
Okay, 'cause I'm knowing I'll be doing a detox every so many times. I'll drink um some detox teas and stuff like that, and drinking water. I don't even really drink soda no more. I just have to crave one, and I'll have one. But I usually drink cranberry juice. I don't know if it's the right one. I want Fat Vegan because if Fat Vegan was here, he can even go deeper about this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully hit him on the disc.
Um, I, I after I eat so much crazy shit, I'll be like, let me take some detox tea.
Yeah.
So you can
Put
get
some
that shit out of you.
some
You
of
know,
this shit.
that night, you're gonna be waking up, sweating around your neck and all kind of shit. But at the end of the day, you're not getting that shit out of you.
Mm-hmm.
You also could take detox baths.
Mm-hmm.
Also are good to cleanse your aura as well as get all that stuff to start coming out of you, depending on what you're using. So it's all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of sorts of ways that we could be healthy, even though we know half of the shit we eat is bullshit. I was watching a live the other day, and the lady specifically said that the United States is the only place that they could sell things that are not food as food.
And
And,
then lie to you and say what it don't have in it.
yeah, and they don't tell you what's in it. She said, "How the hell are you gonna have some tomatoes with all kind of bullshit in it? Pig. I forgot what she said was in there, but if you are a vegan, you try not to eat any type of food that has anything to do with pork, beef, or any kind of meat. And they
Within them.
kind of preservatives from a pig in your food. So you have to like really try to pay attention to what you eat. I try not to eat that much. I ain't gonna lie to you. I try to live off the fluids that I drink and eat as less as I can, but I try to eat, salad and stuff like that on those days when I'm not just gonna eat some food. I eat food, I'm not gonna lie, but I try not to eat that much of it.
See, you have intentions on not eating like what you would call bad, but sometimes you do.
After
And,
that,
and
you take you some detox.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So at some point, you should you should automatically just go off of portion control and how much you consume certain stuff anyway, right? So if you're doing that, then you gotta be your intent is to be doing something good for yourself, and then you detox every now and then your body get to that stage. So you are you using your intent and the physical attribute of it because you are not putting too much shit in your body and you drinking detox things the detox before your body reach that point where it does it on its own because you didn't reach your highest toxin level.
I heard you before you got right there.
Yeah,
Um,
this was a lovely one. Even vegan can't make it, even if you don't. No, it's been 2 hours. That's good. That's real good.
it's beautiful. We could pretty much we could stop right here because we don't want to keep dragging it. We can come back another time.
Yeah. And over the time, before we get ready to do it, we'll have more experiences to talk about with the intent.
Yeah, part.
But I think it's really something for people to even theorize their own intent and what they see in intent. Because like I said, I really think it's a blindly power. It's a real power that people misuse knowledgeably or unknowledgeably. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's like Josh said, it's a force to be reckoned with, even if you ain't controlling it or dabbling with it, it's happening still.
It's happening still. That's the whole point I want to say. It's happening still. So, um, we're gonna talk about how you can set your intentions on a lot of other things, like even your food, to where It can't harm you. Um, it's so much. But I hope to get Five Vegan up here with us. I appreciate all y'all for coming up here. Cautious, Envy, and Josh from the HOTC, where this is how we build freely without, debating and arguing. Sometimes it comes into a debate, but we know how to do it. We've been doing it for so long. We know how to not go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We'll laugh at it.
yeah,
There I go.
because there is no wrong answer. It really ain't.
That's the trick question. That's the trick to it all. Nobody's wrong. But somebody who's egotistically gonna want to be the victor
Yeah,
when it ain't even a battle. Shit, crazy.
it sure is. But yeah, any last words from the participants?
Oh well, I'll say something. Of course, I'll say something. Um, y'all just be ready for these to be like whenever Nicki choose to show them, they might just come randomly, but be looking out for them. When you hear this video, when you finally reach your airways, just be looking for more intent from us to give people a better insight on things that we don't pay attention to that we probably should focus more on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Envy. Envy.
Yo, Envy, we summit you.
Yeah.
Come before the microphone on the pen.
On the panel.
On the panel.
I had a whole nother accent earlier. I was somebody. I don't know,
On the panel.
Get on the panel so we can discuss the closing remarks of Envy. I guess he has been digressive.
Envy is in full digression in arbitrary silence.
He declared the intent to conclude the conversation. We will not allow this again. We will give you a pass time. He just dipped out. They snatched his ass out again.
Yeah, the man with the hand, the big flip
Man,
flop, that big giant hand with the flip flops on.
oh wow.
Out of here. Oh yes, but yeah, okay. Well, hey, that's our show for today, and I was the co-host, and I'll be always around for these topics and conversations that we love having with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right, Nick.
All right, y'all know what I always say. I want you to love yourself, know yourself, be true to yourself, stay fly, and always live in your truth. And make sure that you know what your intent is. Peace, y'all. I'm out.